The U.S. economy added about 140,000 jobs last month. That is slightly more than economists expected, but certainly fewer than in April. Some economists see slowdown signs. Many job seekers feel the numbers don't match their reality.
So we are joined now by Brad Feld, one of the co-founders of Techstars, which is a global network of startups. It is so cool. We were just chatting with you. Now, you have experience launching companies. What would you tell someone trying to find themselves in this market, this climate today?
The key is to always be optimistic. The challenge of whatever the environment is comes up and down, goes around. Startups get created in all kinds of different economies, and the macro, while it impacts the growth and development of the company, shouldn't inhibit somebody from just starting. The question of when should I do it? The time is always right now.
Okay.
But I feel like it's such an intimidating thing. Like, you have great ideas and you've got skills, but I guess, what is the biggest skill you think that you need to be able to truly be an entrepreneur?
Well, I think there's two things that are really powerful. One is to really focus on making sure you're doing what you were put on planet Earth to do.
I love that.
Right? I used to use the word passion, then for a while I used the word obsession. Those aren't quite the right words, right? Because you can't relate to it. You can be passionate about whatever you want,
Totally.
be excited about, this is the greatest light I've ever seen in the world. Wow. Right? If you're an extrovert or good at selling, you can get there. But really believing that your mission is to work on this problem and to solve this problem. And it doesn't have to be for the rest of your life. It's right now. The other, and it's a magnificent thing in Colorado, and it's one of the things that I've been here for 30 years, is one of the things that I treasure the most, is find other people like you that can help you, whether they're mentors, whether they're peers, whether they're other entrepreneurs who are also working on things, whether they're experienced, successful people. The collaborative nature of Colorado, which I think is really in the water, like it's the fabric of our community, is such a powerful thing that every founder needs. So those two concepts, right? Make sure you're working on something that you are meant to be doing, and make sure you surround yourself with people that will help.
I love that, the like-mindedness, the community effort. You also mentioned in your new book that people should be helpful. What do you mean by that?
So in this book that I just wrote, Give First, it's the 9th book that I've written. So I've been writing about entrepreneurship for a long time now as part of not my day job, but as something that I do. I really focused on this idea of mentorship as key to helping grow and develop startup communities, another concept that I've been talking about for a long time. Interestingly, I've learned that living life in a non-transactional way is really powerful. And it stands out in stark contrast to so much of what's going on today, where everything's a transaction, right? Everything's, give me this, give me that. Right. I'll do this for you if you do this for me. My view for a long time, and this is the essence of the philosophy of Give First, is to be willing to put energy into a system without knowing what you're going to get back. It's not altruistic. You expect to get something back. You just don't know when, from whom, over what time period, and what form, and what consideration. And the things that you're doing, if you can get people in whatever community you are, it could be a startup community, it could be a religious community, it could be an environmental community, it could be an outdoors group. If you can get people putting energy in, you get a flywheel going where all of a sudden stuff starts to happen. And that stuff that starts to happen then generates outcomes that are unexpected. When I look back on some of my biggest successes, they came from things like a thing I do periodically, which is called Random Day, where I'll meet with anybody for 15 minutes.
Wow.
Right? People that are busy, people that have had a lot of success, it's hard to get their attention. There's lots of gatekeepers. And I've always wanted to be accessible, whether it's send me an email or respond to your email. One of the things, like you mentioned Techstars earlier, came out of a Random Day meeting. I didn't know David Cohen, who was the co-founder of Techstars. He got on my calendar. It took him about 3 months to meet with me. We had a meeting, and within about 5 minutes, I said, hey, look, as long as you're not a flake or a crook, I want to do something with you. And so those kinds of things, those kinds of ideas come out of, some people call them serendipity, whatever it is. This idea of just being open to lots of new ideas and being willing to put energy into stuff without knowing what you're going to get from that. It's very powerful.
Brad, we need to get your email out there.
You want my email?
Yeah, I want to get on your books.
I have to live my values. So my email is just brad@feld.com.
All right.
It's very easy to find on the internet. And I try to respond to everything. And sometimes I can't. get to everything or I miss something. But my goal when I encounter or interact with somebody I've not interacted with before is two things. One, do one thing that I can do to help them in some way. Second, learn one thing. And if I can do both of those things, I view it as successful.
That's great. You've given us a lot of nuggets of wisdom and information. Brad Feld, the co-founder of Techstars, thank you. We'll be right back.
Thanks for having me.